Kounouz and Ismail Saibari need to avoid a yellow card, or they face the prospect of missing the final. Ayoub El Kaabi is the focal point of their attack. And then, of course, there's the star man of the tournament, Brahim Diaz, with 5 goals in 5 games. Can the Nigerians be the first to lock him down here this evening? So all the talking has been done, and now it boils down to this. Koku alongside me. I don't know about you, but I've been counting down the hours ever since we knew that these two would meet in this semi-final. How are you feeling?
I've got sweaty palms, Paul, and we've not even kicked the ball. It really is super tense, but also super exciting as well. What an atmosphere. Isn't it great to see the toss-up with the officials? Two of the finest players in the world in their positions. One a striker, south of the Sahara from Nigeria. One a fullback, modern-day fullback, Ashraf Hakimi, north of the desert. Should be a great game.
And away we go in Rabat. This is it now. No rehearsals, no rewrites, just belief against belief. Nigeria's thunder against Morocco's wall. Morocco in the famous red shirts, kicking from right to left in this opening half. Are you expecting an open affair? We saw the game earlier, it was very tight, very cagey. How do you see this one going?
I certainly am. Morocco and Nigeria do not play with too much caution. They have too much quality on show. There's too much energy about the way they go about their business, in particular in the last couple of years, to be honest. Walid Regragui has done a fantastic job, as Hashan said, in the build-up to the match. And Eric Chell has got Nigeria playing in a very disciplined and organised fashion. The flair has remained a quality, not only in the starting 11, but the depth remains with Nigerian football. Morocco have found a group of players over the last 3 or 4 years that really are of a very high level. And this crowd, anywhere they travel in the world, is a fantastic addition.
We saw Eric Chell there, who's lost only one of his previous 17 games in charge of the Super Eagles. He did say in jest yesterday, my team's looking a little bit tired. We'll probably sit back in the first half and then look to really go at it in the second. But at first, I think his words were taken quite literally by the assembled media, so it raised a few eyebrows when he initially made those remarks. And for the record, they are not sitting back. Here's Bruno, who has locked down that left-back position, has made that his own now. Shemi Ajayi given away, and Morocco with the opportunity to come forward as Al-Zouli kept at arm's length, and Calvin Bassey is there to mop things up. But that is a cheap giveaway, and that could spell a lot of trouble. And it's a fabulous block coming in from Ajayi, who recovered well in the end, but Saibari presented with the opportunity.
Well, that's a nervous start from Semi Ajayi. 2 careless giveaways in less than a minute. But that's good recovery, good timing of the block. Important. He's just got to settle himself down over the next couple of minutes, play the ball simply, even if it means going backwards to the goalkeeper.
Is that just early game nerves?
Absolutely.
Osimhen looking to find a way through. He's claiming a handball, but the referee unmoved, totally unmoved. Nigeria here competing in a record-extending 16th AFCON semi-final. They have progressed from 8 of the previous 15. A lot was mentioned about the atmosphere and Morocco having the home advantage. You have to remember that most of these Nigerian players have played in front of crowds like this before with their clubs.
No big deal. And you can tell just the way they're now just starting to get their foot on the ball. Not rushing. It's how they've played in quite a few of the matches. Just taking the sting out of the occasion.
Looking for their 3rd win of this tournament against a team from North Africa, having seen off Tunisia and Algeria. But this is the stiffest test of the lot. Mazraoui, pursued by Osimhen, and Mazraoui has run that ball out of play.
And one of the great things about two teams that are evenly matched is that they can cancel each other out in a positive way. Not because one will sit back and try and contain the other, but they will both, if they feel as if they are being dominated, they'll find a way to progress up the field. That, of course, hopefully will lead to an open match, football-wise. Some chances, and we hope, of course, a couple of goals.
And Morocco's form at home is, quite frankly, ridiculous. They haven't lost a competitive home fixture since losing to Cameroon in World Cup qualifying in November 2009. Just another example of the challenge facing the Super Eagles here tonight on North African soil.
I never looked it up, but I do remember Brazil having an extremely long unbeaten record at home in World Cup qualifying, up until a few years ago where they'd not lost. It was quite a number of years as well.
That's a lovely ball through towards Samuel, who I feel has been a real unsung hero of this Nigerian team, the right back.
I'm not yet. That was a lovely run, nice ball as well. But Lookman, I'm not sure where the foul was there. That's just coming together. He falls over. Yes, the referee's been a little bit fussy there. There's the misstep from Ajayi, the second one. In the space of about 30 seconds. It recovers extremely well.
Saibari, who got the second goal in the win over Cameroon that really clinched their spot in the final four. Firm challenge going in on Hakimi from Onyedika, the man who's been brought in for Wilfred Ndidi. His only other start at this tournament was against Uganda. He got 2 goals in that game against the Ugandan side that played with 3 different keepers.
He should be feeling good about himself. Seen some action, a couple of goals. Nigeria will lose, of course, the vast experience of Wilfred Ndidi, but they will gain younger, fresher legs, and that could be key the longer the game goes on. He's got a little bit stretched.
Walid Regragui, who's lost just 4 games in just shy of 3.5 years in charge, but there is lots of talk that if he doesn't lead Morocco to the title here, he will lose his job. And despite his success with this team, the style hasn't always gone down too well of late with Moroccan followers. They feel it's a little bit boring, a little bit tepid. Bit conservative is what I'm trying to say.
Hard to please, aren't they, the fans?
Yeah, but they are a demanding set, as we all know.
Well, they would suggest that they just get used to winning first, and you've not won AFCON since 1976. Be overly concerned about the aesthetic right now. Lift the trophy, and then you can talk about evolution. Viewers at home who will be wondering where this match will be won or lost. Well, there's El Kaabi, we just caught a glimpse of his shot. He's certainly a goal scorer to be feared, but I think he could be nullified. He's not a brilliant player individually in terms of creating opportunities on his own. These are the positions of wide areas. El Zazouli in particular is a fantastic player.
Diaz helping it through and looking for a return. Hammered clear by Calvin Bassey.
Much underrated, Abdessamad El Zazouli as well. What a terrific worker he is up and down the floor.